Okay guys, we're getting ready to go live, and I'm going to tell you what we're doing today. I've got Kai, which is Spit Clearwater, one of our newer folks. He's going to be going live today for the first time in 1 week, and we're going to do a little driving tour of Clearwater to give you an idea of the footprint and the magnitude, what goes on here in Clearwater, a little bit more up to the light. On the left-hand side is an old UPS building, which Scientology has bought and turned into one of their facilities. And then this monstrosity of a building here was built from scratch here in this industrial part of Clearwater. And this building is a giant warehouse, and what we're being told, it is simply there to house Scientology written records that make a U-turn anywhere along here. And you'll see the flag sign. There's flag. Yep, so this building does nothing but store, from what we've been told, paper records of all the auditing. On this side, it's the goods receiving at 2000 Calumet Street. And so you can go ahead and wing back around. It's an old UPS building, but this is another one of their facilities that they bought. Not sure what they use it for. So we are off of Hercules and Drew Street, or Sunset Point. And we are going to next go by the first round of motels that they have taken over. And this is where they stage their trainees. We're trying to all time this for sunset too, to treat you guys. So obviously, you know, to make your left up here at the light. So hello everybody in the chat. Yep, I'm actually not driving today, which is good, so I'll be able to look at the chat and interact a little bit. And gosh, we had a great visit with Reese and Tommy.
Yeah, didn't we?
It was so nice to actually see that happen, because and if anybody watched Reese in her follow-up, hi Kiana, she's so emotionally overwhelmed with having been here, because she's just 1 year out of Scientology after 38 years in. And she's now starting to realize life after Scientology. And it's interesting, and these are Reese's words, not mine, but she wasn't used to being hugged. You know, physical touch and is not necessarily all that common. Of course, I want to be careful what I say here, but as we know, unless it's SA, which is really sad. All right, we got Quebec in the house, little hockey fans here, right? Montreal, our favorite, Marty St. Louis.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Yeah.
SPIT Clearwater going live for the first time at Clearwater, George. Not meaning to talk over him too loud, but just started up my live and saw a few of you coming in, so I figured I'd go ahead and give a little greeting. We're taking a driving tour of Clearwater today. We just looked at some other properties in the industrial area here in Clearwater off of Hercules and Calumet. It's pretty much been an industry area for a while, but now we are heading towards the downtown area, so you'll hear a little bit of me and George mixed in. I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera back around, and I'll be watching for the chat, you guys. Since we are driving today, I'll be able to watch it and hopefully interact with y'all.
Hello, SPTV Tattoo Warrior. Thank you. And yes, oh my gosh, poor Aaron, and whatever he got, I hope it gets out of his body. Hi, Carrie. Nice. All right. Go Wings. Uh-oh, we might have to be enemies here. No, that's
Looks
okay.
like my audio is out, so you guys should be able to hear me now. Watch the chat to see if you guys can hear me. Let me know. Just getting the hang of where all my settings are.
Did they hear the last one, Kai, or you got to do it over?
I'll probably do it over. I'm just waiting to see if any chats come through, because I did see that my mics were muted for that. So.
And so your channel is Spit Clearwater?
That's it. SPIT Clearwater.
If you guys can do 2 tabs and open up on Kai's channel, you'll be able to hear us kind of commentating. Yep, it is bad for Aaron, but oh my gosh, I just hope he...
All right, Magic Mike says he can hear me. Awesome. How's it going, Magic Mike? I'll go ahead and give a little quick intro again, since you guys couldn't hear me on the last one. So flipping around to my front-facing camera here for a quick second. In the car doing a Clearwater tour with Clearwater George, surrounded by Scientology. So they finally unlocked my live, guys, so I'll be able to interact with y'all. And instead of doing a record and repost, I can now go ahead and do it live. So we just stopped in Clearwater near the industrial section, where they've got some of their, I think, record-keeping facilities, storage facilities, Hercules and Calumet. And now we are making our way towards downtown. We're going to take a look at some of the lesser seen buildings on the streams, some of the motels that they bought up and kept empty for a while, and now are housing some of these command teams that are getting ready to fire off for the org opening. So maybe we'll get to see somebody that we'll see down in Austin when they open up that org. So you'll hear me and George kind of back and forth a little bit of banter, one or the other, and we'll go from there, guys.
And in my chat, could you guys hear Kai? Because sometimes our phones aren't picking up well. Oh, good. Okay, so we just got a message. We can hear you, Spit. I love it. Okay.
Perfect.
How cool is to have a nickname named Spit?
Spit, S-P-I-T. Got a bunch of double entendres there. Spit, clear water, or clear water from your mouth. I don't know.
Yes.
So it all kind of works.
SP, Suppressive Person, Industrial Technologies,
That's it.
Informational Technology, something with an I.
Yep, information technologies. Spit don't swallow the Kool-Aid, so you shouldn't either.
Oh, did we miss Keene? I was going to go by the motels. Yeah, okay. We're good. We'll catch him on the way back. Yeah, we'll hit this part. Yep. Yeah, so, again, trying to give you guys an idea of... Oh, hello, Nicole the Kiwi. I'm just curious what part of New Zealand you're from, because I've got friends in Auckland. Oh yeah, they bought that building. Yep. Yeah, I guess.
Thanks for heading over, guys. See if you are running a couple tabs. I appreciate that. Try to get my watch hours up.
And we're coming up on another building that Scientology bought. What's interesting is, you talk to more people and they're like, oh, did you know they own that building? They own that building. Tampa Bay Times, formerly known as the SP or St. Pete Times, has done some great work on researching, with the tools they have, researching the property ownership and how much property that the church or their parishioners actually do own.
That's right. And they say it's about 70% of the properties downtown? Is it something like that now, George?
I've heard well over 60%, so
Yeah.
that's right in line.
Yeah,
Yep, so
70.
yep, here's another Scientology project. The property was just bought. What's the first thing they do is put up privacy fences
Right.
and video cameras and listening devices. Why?
What church needs to secure properties that they're purchasing with privacy and defensive fencing, and also countermeasures for people getting in or out, along with video recording and, like George mentioned, some audio surveillance as well. Never heard of a church that needs that or needs so many buildings that are empty. But they've got them in spades.
Yep, and we're heading west now, away from their industrial complex, and we're heading to a couple of their residential properties. And we'll be there shortly, so those of you who are getting the driving tour.
That's right. We're getting a little bit of that downtown red light traffic. You hit one, you hit them all. So make it
Yep. Hey, Nancy Alley, I don't know I was like the 33rd, like, awesome. All right, Susan P.
awesome. Sharon, Seagirl, thanks for heading over.
Yeah, I happen to know on the next block there's a couple public Scientologists that live that way. And we're now starting to get into the area where they're buying up a lot of the property residential. And then we will see their 3 motels lined up in a row. Some of our old footage, we did catch them in a muster, which is their roll call. And Aaron's normally there to help us understand the different terminology they use and why. And I guess Elron was a big naval guy, so that had a lot to do with these Navy terms that they come up with.
Yeah, that's right. Elron was a Navy guy. He was enlisted as a contract naval officer that he kind of weaseled his way into by writing different letters to people, getting recommendations from folks he'd never really met. If you read the book, The Barefaced Messiah, you'll see a lot of that info in there. And he was able to establish himself as a navigator of the world on the seas and get licensed to operate many vessels that he probably had no business doing, but he did it.
Kai, look to your right. Although this is not a Scientology building per se, it's built by one of their famous builders that built Tom Cruise's.
Moises Agami.
This is it. And so That is a big building, and we are now on the waterfront. It's called Edgewater Drive. This is the connection right here between Dunedin and Clearwater. And you guys know how we talk about downtown Dunedin, how vibrant it is. 17,000 people, 45 downtown restaurants versus Clearwater, 120,000 people, 5 downtown restaurants.
5 downtown restaurants.
There's the big, might be a couple more than that, 5 that we know of. There's the water, and now we're starting to come right up to the activity. Oh yeah, we got a bite. There's the motel, one of their motels. Yeah, so you can pull right in here. So this is where they'll stage. Here's where we filmed the mustard the other day. This is the Clipper. And if you look closely on that corner there, that's one of their cameras that now just picked us up, but we're in a different car, so they don't have necessarily the nails ready to go yet.
Not today,
Here's Bayside. Here's another one of their properties. The van. Oh, that's the white van, but that's another one of their motels. They're doing some yard work out here. They look vacant, but they're not. There are people who live in every one of those rooms, and there's the trade winds. These are the 3.
You see bunk beds.
Yeah, bunk beds, and they all live there, and
See them all high.
what a life. And there's the water a block away. So this is a road, if you watch some of our lives, this is the road that we drive down. Hey, Feral Cheryl. Yeah, I know you got to tend to your dad, and he's got some issues right now with sundowners.
May the force be with you. SP Squirrel. Canada, wow.
All right. And once again, guys, if you don't know Spit Clearwater, head on over there and subscribe to Kai's channel. Hit that like button. And the reason we say that, it really helps out the algorithms. It brings us up into some of the pushed out videos. And so we're all, oops, sorry about that. We're all getting a little bit more coverage, and we're trying to promote each other's channels to tell the story. All right, so coming down Fort Harrison towards downtown Clearwater. A lot of these properties on the side of this road that you see are vacant. Guess who owns them? They started moving north along Fort Harrison here years ago. Another vacant building. The impact is immense.
Hey, Tumble Driver. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hoping not to get you guys with too much wind. Turn on the noise canceling, but just see if we can get a little bit of a view as we're heading down here. Like George mentioned, we're going to start hitting where some of the front group buildings are as we make our way into downtown Clearwater here on Fort Harrison. We'll get closer to the flag building.
Yep. We'll turn right on True.
See some of the buildings, such as the city before the Commission for Human Rights,
One before and then we can
yes.
the end.
Industries. They're some of the first ones that pop up as we get closer to downtown. So their front groups make us pretty soon here. You're gonna see Wise Enterprises.
We're going to come in on the backside, Kai, so we'll come back out front here.
Yep, makes sense.
But yeah, so here's more of their properties on the left. You can see the water is right there. We are going to be turning left here, and that is Clearwater Bay right there. And as we come around, the Osceola is one of their religious retreats right there. It spans a couple blocks, both sides of the street. And this is... they're lined up and ready. All right, they're queuing up.
Right, getting ready to hop into their transport vehicles or be brought to here downtown.
Yep, I'm gonna make it right here.
Just need to see anybody you know.
So that's the sandcastle.
High-level training for Scientologists here at the Sandcastle properties. This is what you've heard George and AA Ron talking about before, where they are really mad that Clearwater has opened up the Sound, a new venue for about a little over 6,000 people here in Clearwater. It is loud and wonderful, and Willie Nelson was just here making lots of noise for the Scientologists so that they can't get through their auditing, which apparently they need peace and quiet for. Body thetans don't like music, apparently.
Yeah, so let's head back up, see if we can get those people loading onto the bus. We don't want to be talking with them today, but this is how it goes. They just bring these buses in, they load them up, they transport them from spot to spot. Go ahead and make that left and see if we can get a... oh, okay, there's two buses converging. There's one of the big ones, one of the smaller ones.
Buses, that's right, got it.
Oh, they loaded them all up on the bus already. Yep. So
that quick, guys.
Yep. So go ahead and just whip a U and we'll head back down the street. All that vacant property will be something Scientology unless we stop this particular movement of buying property and taking it off the tax rolls and hurting residents of Clearwater like myself.
That's right. Got some dramatic effects on our property taxes. They estimate some of these buildings are worth, George's and Flag, about $170 million assessed value by the county.
Yeah, it was 126 million of assessed value.
26 million assessed value. Can you imagine having that and no property taxes? And who gets to pay the property taxes? The residents of Clearwater. I am the next town over, but I have 2 rentals in Clearwater, and I pay dearly to have them.
And Kai, if you look to the right, make sure that you got a good clean shot of little Tommy's condo up there in the top 2 floors. And
The building, top 2 floors. The bottom is Ballard, the business, and then Moses Sagami, developer, is created this building as well. Supposedly there's an elevator that takes Tom Cruise's car from the ground floor to the top floor. Imagine a life where you're literally bothered by no one. And then there's the Citizens Commission for Human Rights. They are the front group that Scientology has put together to fight against the psychs. Because as we all know, or maybe you don't know, Scientology does not believe in the medical model of mental health. So they use this group to try and shut down and put psychs into prison.
Yep.
What a shame.
And what Kai was commenting on is we are here in front of a number of their front buildings. It starts way down in that corner with Clearwater Community Volunteers, which they've not let us in yet to offer our volunteer services. Then you've got WISE Clearwater, their business consulting. Citizens Commission on Human Rights, which is the anti-psycho anything. Then you've got, we can go ahead and start when that car clears. We might just catch the sunset for people too. Beautiful. A lot of people getting good Clearwater tours here, that's for sure.
18 minutes.
Okay. Oh, she actually smiled. She doesn't know who we are, but
No, she doesn't.
if she knew, she would not have smiled at it. That's okay. Like Reese says, they're real people too.
They are real people. We've got a lot of, a lot of beautiful young people still on the call. Makes you wonder how they got there.
Scientology Volunteer Ministries, 4 or 5 more of these front buildings we've shown. No receptionist, nobody there, nobody in and out, nothing. But they sure do own a lot of this property. They paint it up nice. They buy a lot of light bulbs. And then buildings like this are just vacant because they can't make it down here. Coming up to Cleveland Street, where we do a lot of filming.
Ever closer to Flag. There's the infamous Starbucks, where the Starbucks BTs put on Reese and Aaron.
We suspect, yes.
Yeah, suspect. You can't say it's alleged, but
Right.
if someone says something tastes funny, don't take it and drink it all.
Here they come. Some of them want they're leaving the buildings. They walk around like zombies.
Sea Org members. Not going to do much talking to them tonight, but love to ask them if they're immigrants. When's the last time they saw their passport? Are they aware of their visa status? Is it being renewed appropriately like it should be? Are they at risk of deportation if they leave? They could actually seek asylum to get help with that if they do not have control of their passport or visa, but many of them probably don't even know where it is or what the status of that religious visa is.
Yep. On the right is the Fort Harrison Hotel, which we were calling the Fort Harassment Hotel.
Right?
There's the bridge, not the Freedom, but the bridge to Flag, which is the building over there, which we're going to circle. Oh, wow, there's actually, ooh, that guy might be Simon. Someone said, stay in this lane. We're going to circle around this building and then go back that way. And Kai, I don't know if you saw it the other night. That's a real nice park there. That's part of their property that nobody ever uses.
That's right.
And it's right adjacent to some county property. But once again, to give you guys the magnitude of their footprint and their building size, Fort Harrison takes up a block. Flag building takes up a block. And we're going to be going around the block. But this
nice to see you in here. Thanks for stopping by. You too, Circus Rider.
Justice for Surgeon. Anyone? Aaron got an SP drink. Yeah. All right. I missed a couple chats. I know it is a question that I missed. If you want to repost it, I'll try and catch it. Anybody who heads to Clearwater Beach, this is the main route. You'll see these cars are cruising through. That's all going to Clearwater Beach.
Horrific sin, that's right. Yeah.
Fort Harassment Hotel.
Thanks, may the force be with you. I loved watching over the weekend. It was a joy to see a group of sane citizens doing the people's work. It's clearly the deaf, blind government will since 1993 when tax religious exemption. BS. That's right. Yeah, you know, one of the few groups that successfully bullied the government into getting their way. Thousands of personal lawsuits were filed against IRS employees, not against the IRS themselves. And they agreed to back off and drop the lawsuits if they got their 501c status back, and they won. So it's wild.
Yeah, I hope you guys heard Kai just explain that, because it is pretty disgusting what happened. But we're here to change that. You know,
that's right. You
can have your culture, you can go do your thing, but don't do it at the expense of a town like Clearwater, Florida, Pinellas County, or the state of Florida. There was a question about Rick Scott and somehow communicating with him. Yes, and I don't have an email set up yet because I only have my personal emails, and I've got to get it. Tried a couple different times. For some reason, my Gmail's not letting me do another account, but I'll have it soon, guys. So slowing down, here's the back side of the Fort Harrison, and as long as there's no one behind us, and that park we just showed. Go ahead, ladies. Oh, they're coming out now. So they come from here. They'll be letting them off here so they can get in this backside when we're not here and send them across the bridge.
That's right.
But this is the backside of the Fort Harrison Hotel. Farrell Cheryl will talk about hearing the kids playing ping pong. Oh, there comes some Sea Org members. He looks very well decorated. All right.
Their briefcase and what's inside.
Yep. As we've talked about, a lot of foreigners because they're having trouble recruiting domestically because the people speak English and look at the internet. Here comes one of the big buses. Is it loaded or not?
They want to make their way to the U.S. and they aren't coming here with informed consent when they get recruited into the Sea Org. They get advertised an opportunity to come to America with room and board. They don't tell them what that room and board is. I can't imagine many adults would want to leave their home to come live in a room with a bunch of other adults in bunk beds stacked 3 high and have a religious experience to save the planet, as Serge would say. Doesn't seem like a very religious experience to me.
Okay, so now guys, we're going to circle the block with the flag building connected by that bridge. This is
Superpower building.
Superpower building, the SP building, 385,000 square feet, just for courses for their oh, it looks like one of their security guards.
That's the building where
got on a name tag.
The cause resurgence, where you can, about 5K, you can run around a pole. Repeat the ordering command, keep running.
Wow, I did not know that. All right. All right, a few people out here today. What time of day is it? This is a good time to come out here. We're going to turn right. Yep, we're going to just wave and say hi.
It's public, and there's another there.
Wow. All right.
A lot of them have their white bags. It's always an interesting thing to see. There's some young folk there. Try not to get too much of that on camera, but it is unfortunate. I went to high school with a lot of kids that didn't want to be going, getting, and giving touch assists, but
there's one security guard's hanging out there. As soon as he sees us, he'll start wooing people in.
That's right, George.
Okay, we can go around one more time and see. coming back up to the west.
You can see how much more lively it is when we're not out and about, so it really does have an effect when we're out. It makes things much more difficult for them to expand, recruit, and push their message. While we're out there, as Aaron would say, take a whole block hostage with a pair of cell phones.
It is amazing. All right, so follow this bus tow, and I have a feeling that, they might be loading up. So we got behind a flag bus. Well, plus they've got other jamming devices. They may know we're here now.
Be surprised if we got it. Be surprised.
All right, so we circled the building because we saw some people out. All right, just sit tight back here. See if the bus will still stay. You can stay here, Tom.
One of these motherships.
He's telling us to come by. Yeah.
He knows.
He wants us to go. He's like, right. Okay.
Bus, though.
All right, so what you can do is go right,
action.
left, and circle back around. We'll see what happens here. Ooh, look at this. Look at this guy. They must have seen us.
Oh yeah, look, we made one loop around the block, and where there was just a whole bunch of people, it is empty, and they are going inside. So, isn't that amazing?
And then you can make a U and come back towards it.
With one cell phone and sends them into a frenzy. Tell me that's not a cult.
All right, so we're going to do just another couple quick shots here, and then we're going to go back down to Keene and show where the majority of the trainees live. All right, so here we are in the front of Flag. If you make that right, let's see if they're loading the bus. You just kind of crawl down this road.
Checking to see if they're loading up that big old bus. Anything interesting going on?
Okay, so these are some of the publics that are coming to, and the bus is still there. Go straight, Tom.
Here with their gym bags. We saw me and Fro Cheryl and Lori Plays saw that the other night. They said they like to run around a pole in that building, or maybe they're doing their purif. Lots of niacin, lots of sweating, need to change of clothes. So you see them with their gym bags with that Cause Resurgence logo on them quite frequently. So they're making our loop around here, around the circle.
Yep, and that was their parking garage to our right. And we're coming back around to see if that bus is loading up. There's two.
So we're looping around, guys, to see if we can see them loading up.
He went out front there. Ooh.
Yeah, here we go. We got another guy with his gym bag and gear, like I was talking about, and the Cause Resurgence logo, I believe, is what that is. It's sold by Reese.
Yep, and they got the white vans. Oh, yeah, so go ahead and pull right in behind them.
Here's what I made a short of the other night. You see here the bus is getting loaded up. Try to be a little bit discreet if I can. Get it on camera there. Ants go marching one by one.
All right, that must have been a small bus load because only about 3 or 4 got out of there.
Yeah.
All right, so what we'll do now is make your hard left. Let's head.
This is also where, if you saw Reese the other night, congratulating the gentleman that had just gone clear with a genuine congratulations, remembering what it would have meant to her to be in that same place over a year ago, and the harsh realities of why we were here and how we all came to know each other kind of started to hit for her. If you haven't seen that, go check her or Georgia's stream. It's pretty moving.
So we're gonna go to Cleveland Street and then show how dead Cleveland Street is on our way to Keene to show.
And of course, we had 2 perfectly happy children on my street, just back from school, freely playing with chalk, basketball, riding scooters, because their parents are actually parenting them every day, all day. Very normal. I'd have to agree with that. My son was throwing a football outside before I came here with my German Shepherd, and before that he was practicing Rubik's Cubes. theft activities there.
We just passed Clearwater PD, which happens to be across the street from Clearwater Police Department, is across the street from a couple of their buildings. But we're going to go down Cleveland Street, which should be 2 streets yet. And we're on the back side of downtown. These are some of the buildings that we've shown before. But Cleveland Street is the one that we show vacant, right in the heart of downtown. But once again, there seem to be a number of good gyms around. They must like to lift weights.
There's Bulletproof, there's Bent Bar. There are quite a few gyms down here. I wonder what their clientele is like.
Yep. So we're heading away from the core of downtown Clearwater, but we're heading east, and in the distance you can see a bigger building that was bought and renovated by Scientology for their people. Hello everybody in the live chat. Every once in a while I can glance at it, but I can't always catch it. Love these lives, thank you. Yep, we're going to get them. The aristocrat.
Guys, so I'll try to see here so you get a little tighter view. I'm going to drop it back down to regular magnification. It's easier to control. I'm streaming through Prism Live Studio, guys. I'm trying something a little bit different than the YouTube app. No, it's been pretty smooth for y'all. Yoshi is not driving.
He did want to come with us, but this is a special tour. Slow down. So guys, what you see here, there's housing they built on the left. Sorry about that. And then over here, another vacant building. Doing nothing for the tax roll or for the people of Clearwater. These buildings, we believe, are mostly occupied by Scientologists, built by Scientologists. And then on the left here will be the Yachtsman Motel, where they stage a bunch of Sea Org people. I don't think you're going to be able to go left here. So a couple nights on the backside we were filming them. They were loading buses, and when they found out we're there, they sent them all back to their rooms. So we threw their schedules off a little bit that night. But this is Cleveland Street, about 4 or 5 blocks east of downtown. We're going to continue, and just head straight on through. And Kai, I don't think you've been on Keene. You don't know these apartment complexes yet, do you?
I do not.
All right, so you're in for
Hacienda?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar, but I haven't driven by them since I've been back down here.
Yep. So up at the light, you can go left on Missouri and get us over to Drew, and then head down Drew Street. We might even see some buses coming that way towards us. All right, and the Mexican restaurant we ate at last night after our filming, or the last night that Reese was here, it's right up there a couple blocks. And we had all kinds of good Mexican food.
That's right, Hacienda Coralejo. Actually pretty good too. Really good margaritas as well.
Yes, Cheryl, I'm giving him the grand tour so that everybody up in the rest of the world can see it as well.
Estimated number of duckies, I'd say we probably saw a good 30 or 40 of them while we were down there, at least scattered throughout. But as soon as they saw us circle the block, they went right back inside.
Yep, load them up and get them out. I do like sushi, and this is a good sushi restaurant right here, Charlie's. And nice thing about sushi, a place like this, is they go through so much sushi that it's always fresh.
Come back in, guys.
All right, so the next few minutes of the tour, if you guys can stay with us, we're going to go look at the 8 per person 2-bedroom apartments. Leah Remini talked about this on her show, The Aftermath, where they were told, oh, come to Clearwater, it's great, beautiful Clearwater. And they walked into a 2-bedroom apartment with 8 other people, her and her kids.
That's right, we're hitting the Hacienda Feral Show. Just like George mentioned, if you guys didn't hear. Told the story of Leah Remini coming to town with her children and witnessing firsthand how the Sierra members were living bunk bed over bunk bed, 8 to a row. Adults, not children. Sharing a single bathroom.
Well, and a lot about when we talk about child trafficking and some of the things that the second gens are talking about. That's why most of us are out here to support them being able to recover and get the therapy they need. And what we're telling Sea Org people when we can is, look, plant's already clear. You can come out now. Join us. But they don't listen. We try, but they don't listen. Yes, we're headed to Hacienda Gardens and been waiting to see it. Been wanting to see it. Okay. It's also Sherwood. I think it's Sherwood. I forget the name, but I call it Sherwood Forest because it's it's
Robin Hood.
Yeah, it's all fictionary. So heading down Drew Street, and once again, the driving tours to give you guys an idea of the far-reaching ramifications of their vacant buildings or their buildings that are put up to store documents or records, and they pay no taxes on those. You got a couple more lights. You're going to turn left on Keene. I don't know if you guys can see that, a peace sign in someone's yard. That was just nice. Just a little aside. For you guys that don't know Kai yet, he's also about a 40-year Clearwater resident, and he's grown up watching this. He too has been surrounded by Scientology, which is the name of my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you hit the like button, it helps us put out more content to be viewed by more people, and we can tell the story. Tell the story, tell the story.
Thank you, George. Thank you. Appreciate anybody that's coming over from George's channel, surrounded by Scientology. It's really meant a lot that everybody's been so welcoming here. Go ahead and give you guys a front face while we're driving so I can talk to you for a minute. Hey, how's it going, guys? So yeah, I just wanted to say, thanks for anybody who came over from Surrounded by Scientology, Clearwater George's channel. It's really been incredible to see the support that I've been getting. So, we're heading out to the Hacienda to see where a lot of the folks live right now. And again, thank you guys so much for all the wonderful support. If you didn't hear George mention, I have been living in the area for almost 40 years myself, and I've seen it all going down, and it pretty much looks the same as it has since I was a kid. So, like I said, born and raised, living here in Clearwater. I have multiple properties here in Clearwater, and I feel the wrath of the property taxes, and my heart feels the wrath of the kids and the elders who are being trafficked and abused inside of the cult. So we're out here trying to make a difference. Like George said, if you can, hit that like button. It does help push out the notifications, and we really do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. We'll go ahead and flip the camera back around now and let George have a turn at the talk.
Sure. And it's interesting, Kai, because I'm so new at this. This is my just coming up on 1 month. I don't schedule lives at any particular time because my schedule's not consistent yet. Hello from New York there, Veronica. Veronica the Bomb, is that what it is? Something like that. Yeah, but it's great when I start to get live and I see 4, 5, 6, soon to be more and more people lining up, and then by the time we go live, it's like, wow, how did you guys find us and why do you care? Well, I guess you care because a lot of people care. And if you haven't seen channels like Natalie Webster, Liz Gale, Serge, Reese, these people are telling the incredible stories of the horrific crimes that have been committed against children and other people within these buildings that we're showing you, covered up by the hierarchy of the church. Fortunately, the dam is broken and people are coming out now. They're not afraid to come out and talk about their horrible experiences. Some of them have still criminal cases because the statutes of limitation on child abuse have been changed to not go away. And as you know, we just turned left on, gonna make a left here. We just turned left on Keene, and we're coming up to the corner of the first one of their properties. This one is Hacienda. There's the security cameras. And Kai, here's what's interesting. Privacy fences, privacy bushes. The entire block is theirs. Slow down a little bit. There's another one, their cameras. Oh, gee, just happened to sit right there across from the waste treatment plant because you never know what you have to videotape there. And then There's their buildings where they're stacked up and where they live.
Bars on the windows.
Mm-hmm. Hacienda Gardens, North Saturn Avenue. And we're going to turn right and show how this takes up the entire block. We didn't go show you guys the sunset because we got a storm coming in, so I love storms too. But right now it's all about privacy fences, high definition cameras, security lighting, the absolute secured gate. Ooh, we could have snuck in behind that car.
Not too many apartment complexes around here that have that type of security. Matter of fact, there's no other ones. Even the nice, expensive ones, not this private or well secured. Cameras on every building, and they are full motion pan tilt cameras. So someone in a control center somewhere could move them around.
So there we have Hacienda Gardens that shares that entire block with one of the water storage units for the city of Clearwater. But we are going to turn right here. We'll come back out and show the next complex, which is just a block away. And you guys can get an idea why they have those big buses. Every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day, they're loading those buses up, taking them to all of their jobs where they work to 10, 12 hours.
That's right.
As volunteers, so that there's no child labor or minimum wage aspects. And as we come around the bend here, we're back on Keene, and we're gonna go up to the next block and turn left.
Just finished making our rounds of the Hacienda. In case you didn't hear George say it, that is where they load up many of their workers. They head down there to work 100+ hours a week. $47 is religious volunteers. There is no health care. There is no benefits at all. Just the religious experience.
Clear it and stop right here.
Planet.
Yep. So Kai, on the right, we've got Sherwood. And it's interesting because there is one of their cameras at the corner of their intersection because they need to see everybody who comes and goes. Once again, security guards, gates, everything is, we're going to go that way. We're going to go back out that way. This is where they stack them up. 8 people to the 2-bedroom apartments. And just 1 second, let me jump out real quick. Can I jump out for a second? I want to just show you this. Okay, here's a normal apartment complex in Clearwater. Gee, there's no security fences, there's no privacy fences, there's no cameras, there's no listening devices. However, just go across the street. There we go. Here comes a van out.
Catch them one. Look how different. What is so different from street to street that one's got to have privacy issues, privacy fencing? Cameras all around, pan tilt, pole, buildings, pretty much everywhere. It's wild.
Okay, so we're going to jump back in. We're going to circle this block, show how big the Sherwood Forest is. And then that'll conclude the tour for this evening. But just want to give you guys an idea what it's like to drive around Clearwater for 45 minutes.
Well, I guess you actually have to be in the cult to be Zenu's homie. He was kind of the overlord. They've got him locked up in a prison in the Himalayas, right? So I'd say it's safe to be Zenu's homeboy without being in the cult.
All right, so we're going to go left and circle around the building. And maybe they'll treat us to another bus. So my kids went to school about 3 blocks from here. Take a right here. Every morning when I pulled in through here, we had to wait for their buses to come out, and they would try to be coming out on Keene. It wasn't a pleasant experience, but there again, security cameras. We can just creep through here, and we'll just keep the commentary going. So, and look at this, hardly any cars in there. It's a big complex, but they don't need cars. They got all their buses. And not only is this full, but there's like 8 people to a 2-bedroom apartment. So
yeah, normally you see an apartment complex here, and every spot is full, and you're fighting to get maybe one reserved spot per unit. Here, the parking lot is basically empty because the majority of them do not have vehicles.
what do you need a vehicle for when you're going to another planet at some point?
You've got everything you need supplied by the cult, right?
Another great oak tree. Such beautiful oak trees here in Clearwater. Look at that thing. Man.
Monster.
Okay. Wow.
Here we go.
Another empty parking lot for a full complex.
We got a basketball hoop. I wonder how many kids get to have fun using that. No answer yet. 0.
Ha. Good point. All right.
Yeah, cars would allow a method of escape if they didn't have a gate. So where we got half right around listens. Because I'm pretty sure that they can't just open that gate at will. I really do believe that they have supervision permission and someone else to open it, and they close automatically as told by the signs.
Yep. And another complex of theirs on the left.
That's right.
How do we know? Privacy gates, privacy fences, cameras, and not much else going for it. Yep, you can just sit here for a second. So Kai, let's go ahead and just give some finishing thoughts.
Sure.
You go ahead and go first, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up with your comments and my comments. So give me a second to flip this around.
I'm doing the same.
And there you are.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for coming along with us on our
Nice.
tour of Clearwater today. You know, it's been a great ride around. You got to show you guys some of the things that we don't normally get to see when we're walking around downtown Clearwater. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Let me know how the stream looked, and you know, thanks everybody for the overwhelming support. You know, comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can see when we go live. I'm probably going to be pretty similar to George, where it may not be a set schedule, you know, but I'll be going as regularly as I can. So I'll go ahead and pass the mic to George.
Thank you, Kai. And that was just give you an idea. I think, what was that, 46 minutes?
Yep.
Just driving around, seeing everything there, give you guys an idea, a day in the life of following Scientology. So here we are. And with that, thank you all. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels, do the like button, say hi to everybody. And with that, I'm going to sign off, and you guys have a great evening. Thank you much.